Oh,
Hello.
we are live. What's up, people? Sorry, we're always fashionably late. There's no such thing on time.
It happens.
Oh, looking forward to this one, guys. One of my probably my favorite TV show, but one of my favorite movies. I do love this version of the Twilight Zone movie. It is just a lot of fun. It's uber nostalgia, and it's just gonna be a lot of fun tonight watching it.
Hell yeah. It's been quite the busy day with our H45 stuff, but that's the way it goes.
Yeah, there are a lot of new announcements for Just Take More of My Money. I see they announced Kathleen Kinmont, so I know Frank Riker's happy. And see what happens in the next couple of days. 1 week from today, I'll be in LA. So to that point, we won't be having a live. We won't be having a live watch along for 2 weeks. Then. Yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything next week because I'll be out in California, but I'll be hanging out with the wife because I won't be spending any time with her during the convention. So I'm not gonna do a watch along from a hotel. So yeah, so it would be 2 weeks before we do another live watch along. I mean, we'll still do a podcast next Sunday because that'll be the night before I leave, and we'll just pack it full of whatever information comes out this week, if anything does, besides what they said today.
Yeah.
And Big Joe, I don't know. I sent Big Joe a message, so I don't know if his daughter's got a game tonight or if he's taking a nap.
Or he crashed.
Yeah.
Crashed sleeping, not crashed the
Crashed
car.
sleeping, yeah. So if he pops on, maybe he'll pop in. Frank's figuring out how to bring his standee on the plane. Yeah, I know. He gets signed by Kathleen.
Somebody said that to him, right? Somebody commented, said that. He's like, I ain't going to do this.
Yeah, that's got to be a hassle. That'd be something you'd ship there and have and ship it back because you don't want to. That'd be a pain in the ass to carry that on.
What did he say in that DM to us? He's like, "Excuse me, while I take a minute or something." Is that when he said something like that?
Something like that, yeah. And who's in the chat? Lurch, what's up, buddy? Hope you're feeling better. Happy Michael Myers Monday.
Yeah, Lurch, Ryan.
Ryan's in the chat, and our good buddy Colin's in the chat, and anybody else out there, say hello in the chat. Don't be shy. We don't bite. Well, not hard, at least.
And it's a Michael Myers Monday as well, so
yeah, and there's a stream.
I'll try to be on there as well.
Yeah, so once we're done with this, we'll click over to Matt's stream and see. I mean, we kind of know all the new information that came out, but it's always fun watching Matt.
Yeah, too much information. Too much of it.
So let's get started. The Twilight Zone, 1983. This movie, I love this movie. Unfortunately, when we discussed it last night, when we did our review about some of the sad things that happened with this movie, vis-a-vis the death of Vic Morrow and 2 young children during filming, and so it kind of plagued this movie. It had like a a dark cloud over it, but it still did well. I mean, it wasn't like blockbuster movie, but I do remember doing well at the time.
It's hard to believe that John Landis had 2 movies that year, and one of them's, I think, one of your favorites, and it's definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah,
Trading Places.
Trading Places. Yeah, and right before that was
Well, then again, he didn't direct this whole thing. He only directed. That's right. He only did the one episode,
he
obviously.
only did the one episode. He did one episode. Joe Dante did one.
Spielberg.
Spielberg did one, and why am I forgetting the other guy's name?
We talked about him last night too.
Yeah, and I'm drawing a blank on his name. It's been a crazy day. I'm trying to get so much stuff done at work and stuff done for the channel, so I'm on autopilot. When I walk out, when I technically start my vacation Friday after work, I want to be on autopilot and not have to worry about anything.
Nothing at all. George Miller. Mad
George
Max.
Miller.
I should have known that.
Yep,
Mad
that's
Max
it.
guy.
That's right. So, did you guys order the book? I didn't yet. Oh, the book about the tragedy on this film. No, I did not. I should.
Oh no, you were Colin. You posted that, and I still want to get that. I know it's got to be a hard read, but yeah.
I mean, is there anything different in it, Colin, versus like the cursed film episode that they had on Shudder?
Well, I'm sure there's a bit more detail if it's a book, right, Pat?
Well, if it's a big, thicker book, I would think so. I'm just curious. I mean, I wouldn't mind buying it because, yeah, anything to do with Twilight Zone, sign me up. But
sign my ass up.
Sign me up. So this is gonna be fun, so especially for those that haven't watched it yet. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Oh, there we go.
Oh,
there's Big Bill.
There's
Big Bill
our guy, Bill. Oh, and did you see? We got a limit of 2s for the Dr. Chalice figure, so that'll help, Pat. That's gonna help. That's gonna help.
Oh, so we did have a limit. Okay, so yeah, so Bill's covered. Yeah, he's set. And then if we figure out who's getting what, if I have to get another one, I can always get one for Steve Green.
Yeah.
So, and having a Diet Coke tonight.
We'll work on Colin too. I think Colin was looking well.
Colin too. Yeah. So between all of us, we'll get everybody one.
Yeah, I got my buddy coming too here. He likes to be a secondhand guy, but I helped him out buying the ticket, so I think he can help me out here.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't sleep. I went to bed late last night. I woke up super early this morning for some reason. I had like the worst freaking heartburn, and I'd been up since. So I fell asleep last night around 1:45, and then I woke up at 6:45.
Yeah.
So I've had like no sleep, and I'm gonna probably hopefully crash tonight. It's I'm not sure. It's due out next month. Apparently, there are actual photos of the crash, and it's pretty. Oh yeah, I gotta check that out. Though that'd be pretty cool. I should pick that up. I mean, you can pretty much see some of the real. I mean, there was stuff on YouTube years ago. I really don't look it up because it's not something you want to keep
show
watching.
the footage, like just briefly, the blast and all that? I thought
they do show a lot of it on Shudder, but I know there was a lot of raw footage on YouTube years ago. I remember seeing somebody post it, but I don't know if it's still there or not. It's kind of morbid. You know, do you really want to see somebody, like a person and 2 children?
It's kind of like that.
Beheaded.
We've talked about it when Anne Heche popped up off of her stretcher after she crashed that car.
I still never watched that. I'm like, I
tell you that's going to be stuck in my head forever, probably.
Yeah, one of these days I'll watch it. I haven't.
It was like a dead person coming back to life. That's how it looked. It looked so creepy.
Yeah. Maybe one day. One night when I'm bored, I'll be like, let me go check it out.
You're gonna be a little lit up at age 45. I'm gonna be like, Pat, you want to see this?
Like,
which is terrible. That's such terrible.
Be like tonight. Want to see something really scary?
Oh god, not nice.
But change your flight so you'll be in Pasadena around lunchtime on the 28th. Oh, nice.
Yeah, my flight doesn't get in until 12:45 now. It got pushed to 20 minutes or something like that. So.
I arrive, I think, around noon on Monday to LA.
Fantastic.
But I will not be but I'll be in Pasadena starting Thursday to Monday. So looking forward to that. But you know what? Tonight is Twilight Zone night. Let's get this started. Let's get the
ball going. I got the YouTube up on the secondary screen here. So we'll
Yep, I got up. For those that don't know, it is free on YouTube. Although if you don't have YouTube Premium, you're going to probably be subjected to commercials. But if you have Premium, there should be no commercials. And if you have it on DVD or VHS, whatever, put it on.
Put it on.
All right, so do a countdown from 3, 2, 1, play, and we're starting the Twilight Zone, the movie. What's that rhyme? Ryan, all about sick and nasty, but after watching the Vic footage once, I'm good. Yeah, me too. Now I need to see it again. It's very depressing,
Yeah, it's
and I'm sure Jennifer Jason Leigh doesn't appreciate it being up on YouTube. It's her father. So you guys should be seeing the road. They should be coming down. You should be hearing some CCR.
yep.
So we all should be in line. So what around when did you see this, Brady? Because this is in '83.
This was probably when I was 8 or 9 years old, actually, Pat. Yeah, I really just remember it because of this opening. I think probably like most people say, it's just this opening it's very memorable. When you first see that, if you don't let anybody tell you about it, it's quite good, right?
Hey, you never expected that this to happen.
Yeah. Two different. I like Albert Brooks. This is different for him too. For me, this type of stuff he's done. Didn't expect
He's
to see him in this.
he's in a lot of stuff too. You go back to like some of the '70s shows. He was on The Odd Couple. There was the early '70s. He's on a couple of TV shows. So he's been around a long time.
Yeah, he's up there in age.
Yeah, he used to do all those the films, album films, short films on the original Saturday Night Live when I was a kid. He used to do the short films, and then there was, the Mr. Bill clips.
Oh,
Woo,
Mr.
woo,
Bill. Yeah.
woo.
Sorry.
Like that old cassette radio. My father had one of those in in the family truckster.
The family truckster. Where the hell
Dan
is
Aykroyd with
that?
the shoulder action, digging it. Yeah, he's getting into it. The fact that so many safety measures were flat out ignored is just fucked. I work maintenance at a chemical plant, and it makes me sick. People should be in jail for life. Well, you know what? I don't recall anybody going to jail for it.
No, I'm just obviously Landis was on trial to go to jail, but
Yeah, and the special effects guy who was in the Shutter documentary, um, he never worked again.
it's rather surprising that John Landis didn't, because obviously the kid's age is involved too.
Well, it's amazing he didn't because the special effects guy and other people brought up some of the safety measures that were ignored.
Seriously, his career hasn't really been the same.
No,
He
no,
did a
'cause
couple of things after that, but I have to struggle through Beverly Hills Cop 3.
yeah. So you figure, well, what year was Thriller?
Thriller
That was that was before this. That was what,
82?
82 maybe? Yeah, actually it had to be 83 because MTV started in 83.
Yeah, he had a big year in
Or was it
83, didn't he?
82? Or was it 82? I don't even remember. Might be 82, so maybe it was like 40 years ago last year.
Now they're just guessing everything in a row here. Yep.
Now they're just guessing all the different theme songs. Me and my friends always do this. And people watching this now would never even know any of these TV shows because they're so old. Scary thing is I know them all. Oh, Mr. Bill was the best. I love Mr. Bill.
This is getting good here.
Blueprint for Wayne's World in this sequence. Yeah, true.
Dan Aykroyd's hair. Oh, God. Hi, Russell. How are you?
Russell, what is up? How are you?
How the hell are you?
How the hell you doing on this beautiful Monday? Hopefully it's clearing up because it rained here all day. It was shitty.
Rained overnight.
It's definitely cooled down. That's why I broke out the Twilight Zone hoodie. Nice and it's like in the 50s.
is pretty funny.
Book 'em, Dano.
For its time, this must have been funny though to do this though.
Yeah, because it starts out and you think you're just gonna start laughing, and the next thing you know, you're like, "Whoa, where did that come from?" There's not really any comedy. I'm trying to think back to an episode. No, there was some that were a little comedic of the original Twilight Zone. One with Buster Keaton. That was like more comedy than anything.
Oh, here's the Twilight Zone.
Yeah. Then he broke his glasses.
I still
Speaking of
love.
old TV shows, oh, I love watch them every night. For some weird reason, I had the theme song from the old '80s show, The Hogan Family, stuck in my head at work all day. Oh my god, that's rough. The Hogan Family, that's the one with, is that the one with Sandy Duncan?
Oh, Hogan Family was on syndication forever.
Yep,
You know all these episodes they're talking about, right?
yep. They're all on my top 30 list. This is really scary.
Got to pull the car over.
Yeah. I used to love Harold Lloyd as a kid and Laurel and Hardy, yeah.
Watched Laurel and Hardy a lot when I was a kid. My dad loved
Yeah,
it.
my dad loved to watch it. Yeah, we were talking about that, how sad it is how Vic Morrow knows the 2, Asian children.
Like Honeymooners a lot too.
Oh, I love the Honeymooners. Are you ready?
Yeah.
And here he goes. You just never expect that at all.
For some reason, I always remember it being like a wolf.
Mhm.
Uh-oh.
And this is great how they had Burgess Meredith narrate this, because obviously,
He's
Rod
brought him back
Serling
for it, right?
passed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 second,
I'm
Pat.
surprised they didn't throw him in one of the episodes, to be honest with you. They could have. Oh, yeah, I'm right there with you, Russell. I'm 51, but my wife says I'm a boob tuber. Love me all my old TV shows. TV shows nowadays kinda suck. They really do. Nothing interesting, nothing good. Now this episode, it's of course, the tragedy around the episode of what happened, but, it's a pretty powerful episode based on the subject content. It would have been a cool original episode of the Twilight Zone, but no, it wasn't. And if you guys are big fans of Black Christmas, you'll recognize the one guy at the table, whose name is escaping me, but he was, Sergeant Nash from Black Christmas, and actually, he was also one of the gym teachers in Porky's. Game ran late? No problem, Joe, we're here. You get home, jump on. We're hanging. Doors from the thing. Just drink your beer. Touch a girl in a bar nowadays, they'll swing at you. Try to get them to sit in your lap. Just tell them to call you Lassie. You know, That you figure this is a 1983 movie for him to get an extra $6,000 a year in the salary was a pretty darn good, uh, bonus compared to today what you would think it was today. Who was better, Shatner or Lithgow? Russell, that's a loaded question, man. I mean, Bill's saying Lithgow. I love them both. I damn, I don't know, man. That's a tough one because I love them both. I'm leaning towards Shatner from nostalgia, but John Lithgow's performance was great. Oh, man. Russell, did you ever watch Third Rock from the Sun with John Lithgow? Lithgow, I know, Joe, I'm leaning towards Lithgow too, but I'm like, I feel like I'm betraying my beloved Twilight Zone by saying that. But, he was so good in this. You're gonna get these guys killed. Did you see, Russell, the episode where the big giant head comes down and it's Shatner, and he's talking about the plane ride, how bad it was? And it's a reference to them both doing, um, trouble at what is it? At 30,000 feet, trouble at 30,000 feet? That was if those who don't even watch Third Rock from the Sun, just go look up the episode with Shatner in it. Not only is it great because of the reference to the Twilight Zone that they both did the same part, but he's just absolutely hysterical, Shatner in it. Funny as hell. Oh, love Char yeah, Alfred Hitchcock Presents TV show, used to watch it all the time. That's why I love all these, these channels that show all these old TV shows, they're just so great. Nick at Night used to watch it all the time. Alfred Hitchcock Presents. Scary thing is now when I turn sideways at night, I almost have his friggin', shadow. Oh, and here we go. Just stepped out of his bar right into Nazi Germany. And here it's like, yeah, some scary shit. Now, who wrote this episode? Was it Richard Matheson? Because he wrote a lot of them for Twilight Zone. Let me see. Twilight Zone, the movie. I want to see who wrote this one. I know it wasn't Buck Houghton. Let's see who wrote what. Let's see. Segment one. Okay, so the introduction with Aykroyd and Albert Brooks was written by John Landis and directed by John Landis. Segment one. Let's see. It doesn't say who wrote each though, individually. I'm curious. Let's see. Peter, Euro, Alabama, freight car, Jewish prisoners. Okay. No, it doesn't say who wrote individual though. Let me scroll down because I'm curious. No, it doesn't say who wrote the individual episodes. I wonder why. Interesting. And they do have a novelization of this. I should pick it up. I never did. Anybody out there have the novelization of the film? 'Cause I wonder if I've never read the novelization, believe it or not. I'm just curious if the novelization, if this story in the novelization is the actual original ending with him being redeemed by saving those children rather than this ending. I wonder. You must have a shadow, Colin. Yeah, next year when I come out next year to Ireland, yeah, we'll have to do dueling shadows. I'm hoping to drop a couple of pounds. I really I wanted to drop a couple pounds before age 45, but if anything, I put a couple pounds on because the summertime is the worst. I can't lose weight in the summer because all I do is barbecue, I hang outside, have a couple beers. Come the fall and the winter, it's easy for me to lose weight because I don't eat that much. I don't drink that much, except for the podcast. Except for tonight. I think I'm going to take a sabbatical till I get out to California. It was a busy weekend camping and having drinks. Oh, Colin, you don't have the novelization. I'm going to go look that up. I'm picking up one of these days. Be fun to do it on our not on our book club. I'm just that's my biggest question. I mean, I know novelizations always have a little bit more than the films. I'm just curious if it's the actual original ending to this episode in the novelization, or if they changed that as well after the accident. So those just tuning in, we're watching Twilight Zone the movie. We're still in episode number 1 with Vic Morrow, and we're at a timestamp of what, 16 minutes and 8 seconds. He's running from the Nazis in Nazi Germany. Look at Russell throwing all the classic TV shows in there. Land of the Giants, watched that a lot. Lost in Space, Time Tunnel. Love the Munsters. I love Car 54. Where are you? Abbott and Costello, the Three Stooges. Grew up every weekend watching those with my dad. Love Car 54. Where are you? Just a funny story. I was watching it one day. My wife's like, "What are you watching?" She's like, "Is that Herman Munster?" I'm like, "Yeah, this is." He started here. He was he was a cop with the other guy who I'm forgetting his real name. Maybe you'll remember Russell. But I know he was Gunther Tootie, and he was talked like that all the time. He was funny as hell. Actually, it was even the movie. Who played him in the movie? Oh, David Johansen played him in the movie Car 54. But good, funny show. Oh, Blake, what's up? Let's go. Yeah, it's just tough, man. Oh god, I feel like I'm betraying my OG Twilight Zone by saying Lithgow, but he was great. Probably would have to say him. Yeah, Russell's got some digging deep on those old TV shows. I'm trying to think of some of the real old shows that I watched that I loved. I remember what for those I mentioned the WPIX lineup from the New York area when I was a kid. I remember they used to have even after it was after the Twilight Zone, it's a war show. What the hell was the name of it? Rat Patrol. You remember that one, Russell? Rat Patrol? That was good. And then on the weekends, my father used to love watching F Troop. Oh, yeah. Batman, the OG Batman TV show, Burt Ward, Adam West. Oh, as a kid, my whole room was covered in Batman stuff. We had Batman, comforter, pillowcases, Batman curtains. We were big Batman fans. If it wasn't Batman, it was Star Wars. Yeah, Rockford Files, loved Rockford Files. James Garner, Starsky and Hutch, used to watch the Starsky and I remember what the hell was it? Early '80s lineup, late '70s, early '80s lineup. It was Friday night, we watched The Incredible Hulk and The Dukes of Hazzard, and then on Saturday nights, well, my mother would always put on The Love Boat. She liked The Love Boat. I didn't care too much for The Love Boat, but I did like Fantasy Island because Fantasy Island was pretty cool. So it was The Love Boat, it was Fantasy Island, and then of course, my father would watch the news at 11 o'clock, but then 11:30, we'd put on Saturday Night Live when it didn't suck. Southwest, time check, 19 minutes and 16 seconds. It's the scene where he's, surrounded by the KKK, and they're about to, kill him. Well, gonna try to hang him. And look who was there, Dan Fielding himself, John Larroquette, the voice of the intro from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Oh, as I've watched scattered episodes probably in the last 35, 40 years that were somewhat funny, but The first season, I owned the entire first season. My wife got me 8 years ago. The first season was comedy gold. Even the second season had a lot of highlights. There was a lot of good stuff because due, yeah, of course, due to Eddie Murphy and Joe Piscopo. Abbott Costello, all the Abbott Costello movies were just hysterical. Oh, yeah, here's the night court theme now. It's funny because I know you're a bass player. I remember every time I'd grab a bass in a guitar store, I'd start belting out the intro to Night Court on the bass. Now people probably wouldn't even know what the hell it is because Night Court's been off the air for so damn long. Now he's gonna go underwater, and where's he gonna come up now? He's gonna come up in Southeast Asia to some crazy shit. Could you imagine this, man? Waking up and all this crazy shit's going on. I mean, he's getting his comeuppance for the way he is, his beliefs, and had that tragedy not happened with Vic Morrow, it actually would have turned out to be a happy ending for this episode. Which, truth be told, if you're a Twilight Zone fan, there's very few. There's more not happy endings than Twilight Zone episodes than happy endings. But you Twilight Zone fans out there, go check out the video I have on here. Well, I have three videos on this channel where I tried to do my top 10 Twilight Zone episodes. Didn't work. So then I tried my top 20. Didn't work. So I do my top 30, and I believe I do 31 or 32 because I do 31 because I tied both the two Shatner episodes together. No, there is no happy ending in this. There was more of a happy ending on the original layout of this, where he was trying to save those kids and he was sort of redeeming himself. But this is the bleaker ending. Falcon Crest, Dynasty. Yeah, my mother watched Dynasty. She watched Dallas. And even before that, what the hell was that show? John Boy. The Waltons. She used to watch the Waltons. Yeah, I remember anytime I had to stay home when I was a kid, if I was sick back in grade school, we had the Italian grandmother living with us, my grandmother, and sit on the couch, watch The Price is Right with Bob Barker, watch all her soaps. And what the hell was the TV shows that were always on back then, like reruns during the day? You watched I Dream of Jeannie was always on, Love American Style was always on, Hazel, that's even older, Bewitched, oh, Knots Landing, yeah. Walton's and Little House on the Prairie, I know. My mother used to watch mine, we never really watched any of that stuff. I couldn't sit through it. I was truth be told, which is funny because my father loved Westerns. He used to watch Westerns all the time, like, especially the spaghetti Westerns, anything that was on the weekend, and I would sit there just hang out with my dad, but some of them were just a little bit too hokey for me. I like more of the comedy stuff that we would watch. Like I mentioned last night when I was, camping this weekend, we just had some local channels on the TV and, was going to bed. It was and Benny Hill was on, so I watched Benny Hill for, like, 2 hours. Yeah, F Troop was, just and Hogan's Heroes, sure. Mission Impossible, yeah. Great shows, and it's funny how all of these shows end up becoming movies later on. Mission Impossible, several movies, big movies too. What else? There was no F Troop movie that I know of, no Hogan's Heroes movie, but a lot, Starsky and Hutch, there was a movie. Um, what other stuff? Of course, Charlie's Angels movie, The Brady Bunch. I grew up on The Brady Bunch. Still a big Brady Bunch geek. Told my wife when we're out in California next week, Chris, did you see the article how they sold the Brady house for was it 3 point something $1 million? And told the wife, I said, we got to look at the Brady house. We got to get a picture for the Brady house when we're out there. All right, we're to the part where he's now on the train, bound for a concentration camp. And now he's looking out and he's actually seeing the bar, and his friends are going to start coming out of the bar, but they're not going to hear him. And crazy, crazy stuff. Both of your parents dug horror films, so I grew up with it. They were divorced, so they were always trying to outdo each other as they were the nice. My parents, neither one cared for horror movies. My father, like I said, he liked westerns and um and some comedies. His favorite show, my father's favorite show, Married with Children. Al Bundy was his hero. Um, he loved that, and we used to watch All in the Family. We used to watch Soap. My mother, I don't know if she ever really had any favorite. You know what she used to like? Oh God, what the hell was it? My mother liked all the British shows. She'd watch Are You Being Served? And, of course, Benny Hill. Yeah, she liked a lot of the British shows. She'd always had the British channel on.
All in the Family, Married with Children. Those are some good family ones right there.
Mhm. And here we are. So now we're in episode 2, which is called is Kick the Can. Now this is a remake of an original Twilight Zone episode. Rat Patrol, yeah. I've mentioned it once before. People had never heard of it, but Rat Patrol, yeah, I used to watch. It used to be on late at night after the Twilight Zone on Channel 11. All the Family, Three's Company, Sanford and Son. You big dummy. Yeah, they were
Oh,
exactly. They were all taken from British sitcoms. That's right. All in the Family was what?
the Jeffersons?
No. Sanford and Son was actually Stepford and Son, I believe. All in the Family was shit. I forget the name of what the British version was, and I don't remember the Three's Company one.
My brother is huge Barney Miller and WKRP Cincinnati fan.
Oh yeah. So you see, look at that station wagon in the background. My father had the exact same station wagon, except it was mint green. It wasn't metallic pink, but it was like mint green.
Hey, Riggs. What are you doing, buddy?
It had the what do you call it around it and everything. It had the wood grain paneling. That was it. It was a 77 Country Squire. Got about 8 miles to the gallon. Yeah, Matlock and the Heat of the Night. Yeah, good shows.
I don't know if you guys ever remember a show. It wasn't on too long, but it had Chicago's Dennis Farina, and it was called Crime Story. Loved it. Good show.
No, I didn't see that one. No, I like Dennis Farina though.
Yeah, he got my
Yay,
dad out of a whole bunch of parking tickets when he was a cop at this in Chicago.
Jenny, that's always nice.
My dad would park illegal when he was at the Sun Times, and my dad gave him a paper, and he took care of him. Anyway,
That's a good exchange. You know what? I used to love watching the old Hammer double bills on the week. You don't see them anymore. On the weekends, you get to see like the Hammer horror films. We'd watch all the Godzilla stuff. For those that, if you have Pluto TV, there's a Godzilla channel on Pluto. I got hooked in the other day, and I was watching like Godzilla and Mothra, Gamera. And one of my other favorite TV shows, as those know, is The Odd Couple. And for those that watch The Odd Couple, who is the gentleman here that's playing Mr. Bloom? Oh, Mr. Conroy, rather. Mr. Bloom is Scatman Crothers. That's I forget his first name. I know his last name is Quinn, but he used to be Dr. Melnick's on The Odd Couple. And if I remember correctly, I think he's Bob Newhart's father-in-law. I think Bob Newhart married his daughter. I thought I remember seeing that somewhere. And then you have what's her name in the back, who played was it Selma? Yeah, she played Selma. She was Bull's other court in Night Court, the other court officer with Bull, the first one. Then she died. Oh, creepy! You have a background going, Brett? She keeps disappearing. It's creepy.
I have the background going. Okay.
Yeah.
It's in the fitness room. Okay. You can ask Colton to go down there with you.
Okay. Hey, Colton.
Sorry, Pat. I think I'm going to start a new podcast about children getting injured.
Oh God! Now what happened?
She got hit with the ball on the forearm. You know, lacrosse ball's hard as hell. So appreciate us having a laid back show.
Oh yeah, just come on. You know how it is. Colin says the original Odd Couple is his favorite all-time comedy film. Love Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon. Oh yeah. We have to do another watch along like we did last year on the old podcast of Grumpy Old Men.
Oh my God, yes. That was a lot of fun.
Love Scatman Crothers, man. He was so good. Dick Halloran.
Some good old time actors here. It's the guy from The Shining, right?
Yeah, it's Dick Halloran. Not the fighter. Used to love playing kick the can. Oh, as a kid, that was like so much fun.
There is our guy. There's our guy, Travis.
Travis, what's up, man? If you want to hop in, what do we got? We're at 32 minutes and 41 seconds. We're on episode 2. Kick the can. Dr. Melnitz.
Yeah, this one's got there's good people in this one.
No, it is, and it did. You think of this one more when you get older. Like when I was watching it this last week with Mike. Well, actually, was it last week or was it just the other? It was just the other night. I think when I got back, it's just when you start getting old, because you get old fast, you start thinking about, man, how cool would it be to be young again?
You'd like to.
I'm like, come on, man, give me that can. I'll start kicking it around.
Those were the days. God, I tell you, when Edith would do that high pitch, it used to drive me crazy.
Oh yeah. Oh no, Travis, are you gonna start talking shit again? Like last night?
Here we go. Oh God. Travis, please. I had a big dinner. I need to be careful.
This was the segment where you got up to pee to get more popcorn. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's true, Bill.
This is not a bad episode. That obviously, like I said, it's a remake of one of the original episodes, but there's so many other episodes that they could have redone here. You know what would have been really, really good had they done it? It would have been People Are Like All Over. Did you ever see the episode with Roddy McDowell where he's an astronaut and they crash land?
About that one because
they crash land on a planet. It's Roddy McDowell and another guy, and he's inside the capsule, the space capsule. I keep hearing noise, and his partner has since passed on. And you look outside, and there's a whole race of people out there that look just like him, and they're sort of like in togas, almost like in ancient Roman times. So, long story short, spoiler alert, they're trying to make him comfortable and make him feel at home. So, like, and he's like, "Oh, you speak my language?" He's like, "No, we speak a form of your language." It's like they just know all different languages because they're so far advanced. And
Huh.
in one night, they build him like a replica of an Earth dwelling, a house for him to live in. He's like, "Is this comfortable? If you need anything, just let us know." So he gets in there, starts to realize there's no windows, no way out, and all of a sudden, you see this thing open up, and he's inside a cage. And then there's a big sign because he sees all these people out there looking at him, and he pulls the sign and looks at it. It says "Earth creature and its natural habitat." So they put him in a zoo. Creepy episode. Now that would have been something they really could have did in this. You know, Roddy McDowell was still alive. He could have even been a part of it. He didn't necessarily have to be the star of it because he was real young when he did it.
I feel like this episode you're missing like the cast of Going in Style, like George Burns and those guys.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's not a bad episode what they did here. It's just yeah, it would have been nice. There's so many other ones they could have plucked from.
You seen that movie? I watched it with my dad when I was up north last time. It's a good movie. The remake wasn't anything.
They could have even did another Shatner one like they did the Shatner one later on the plane, but they could have did the other Shatner one where the hell was actually he's in two other ones, but the one that's real good is the one where he keeps putting the coins and the little it's a napkin holder thing. It's got the weird devil on top, and it keeps answering his questions, and it keeps coming true. Did you ever see
Oh
that one?
yeah, I've seen that one. Oh yeah.
That would have been good too. There's so many they could have chose from. I guess each director chose which ones they wanted to do, but would have been so many other ones they could have did here.
Oh, you know what, Travis? You just remind me. Bill, are you a fan of Nightmare 3: Dream Warriors? I'd assume you were. They're doing a big reunion at Days of the Dead in November, dude. I don't know if you saw that.
Hey, what's up, Freddie? I think the rabbit. Oh, the rabbit is creepy as all hell. That big rabbit. Then he pulls out a hat when the guy's doing the.
Oh yeah, you remember that? Yeah.
And I don't remember the guy's name, so when he pops up, maybe I'll look it up. The guy that's doing that, it's the kid's uncle, and he's trying to get him to do a magic show. That's the guy that ran the affiliate station in UHF with Weird Al. Remember the guy was a real asshole. Remember in UHF?
Yep, the
And there
Weird
was
Al movie. Yeah.
And the guy that owned the news station that was a real dick. The guy that ran it. That's the guy. The guy that's pulling a rabbit out of the hat.
No
I forget
kidding.
his name. Yeah.
You know, Travis was just making me think when he said that book, the spooky stories books. He's talking like about those scary movies, or scary stories to tell in the dark. Like I never saw the movie, but I read those books. There was 3 of them when I was a kid. They were awesome.
Let's see, because I was yapping away. What's the old lady been in? I know. Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that. Was she in Cocoon? She's been in something else, and I'm drawing a blank on what she's been in. The older
Is it
woman.
Jessica Tandy in Cocoon, or is that not the same old lady?
Oh, I forget. I have to look it up. What's Travis says? I saw Dr. Chalice stuffing his trash in Ellie's can earlier today. Yeah, Selma was she was the other court bailiff with Bull, Richard Mole, from one of our favorite movies, House. And the other lady was
you look like a girl.
Yeah, Faulty Towers. My mom watched Faulty Towers too. Faulty Towers was always funny. I mean,
Well,
John
if
Cleese was
anybody's
great.
a fan of John Cleese, he's going to be at the Steel City Con if you're in the Pittsburgh area. Pat and I were talking about that not too long ago.
I mean, there's probably only 2 British shows that I think 3 British shows that I've only really followed all the way through, and I would have to say it's the young ones. Monty Python. I love Monty Python, and the original version of Shameless, not the Showtime one with William H. Macy. It's the other one that's the British one was real funny as hell. Time check, we're at 39 minutes and 49 seconds. Let's see. I had one of those messed up spooky storybooks, and it was 3 guys in a hospital. A guy closest to the window always tells of how beautiful the view it is, and in the furthest bed tells them to get to the window, and when he finally looks out, it's nothing but a brick wall. That was in an elementary school library? Creepy. UHF rules just put a special edition Blu-ray. I love UHF.
And UHF, if I remember right, didn't do well, right? Nobody went to go see it, but it became a hit.
No,
Right?
it became a hit much. Yeah, it didn't do well in the theaters, but it became a classic. I love UHF.
Mallrats made $2 million, and then it became such a huge hit like 10 years later.
Yeah, we got of course, Weird Al in there, and I forget the guy that helps him manage the station, what his name was, but then you have Michael Richards as Stanley Spadowski.
Great name.
Yeah, Fran Drescher. Fran Drescher's in there. She works for them.
Oh, the head of the tag.
Billy Barty, the dwarf Billy Barty, who's been in a ton of stuff. Yeah. And of course, the guy we're going to see later. I can't remember that. It's Uncle something or other, the one that does the rabbit with the evil rabbit. He was the affiliate station manager.
Yeah, I forgot Fran Drescher was in that.
Let's see. Been wanting to rewatch. I was scared. Been totally wanting to rewatch Cocoon. Yeah, I haven't watched Cocoon in forever, probably since it came out.
Or Cocoon: The Return.
The Return.
Well, it's Don Amici's in it. The Duke, one of the Dukes.
One of the Dukes.
Mortimer, your brother's falling on the ground. We need an ambulance.
Fuck him.
Turn those machines back on.
Martin Scorsese's new film came out called Killers of the Flower Moon with DiCaprio and De Niro. The trailer. No, wow.
We're coming up to Christmas. We'll watch Trading Places for sure.
Yeah, we should. It's not going to mess with the universe movie. Fresh young minds. So I keep telling myself.
Is Travis being silly or not? I just watched that just the other night on Comet Station. The best is the girl, one girl, not man, with Man at Arms all the time. That girl was the same one in Commando. That's like Arnold asks what time they land. He tells her, "Don't disturb my friend. He's dead tired." Yeah, Trading Places. Pat and I talk about Trading Places a lot.
Oh, all the time.
I like that too. So what do you think?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, he was. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
I forgot about Zombie. I used to. Oh God, I loved the original Pee-wee's Playhouse with what's his name? Whose wife killed him from Saturday Night Live and from News Radio. Phil Hartman. Phil Hartman on it, and what the hell? I used to love the skit with Zombie.
Jeez,
Zombie's going to grant it, and Zombie's going to grant the wishes.
I'm freaking delayed, aren't I?
You were there for a second. You seem to be okay now. It seemed like I was stuck there for a minute.
Look at those Harry Carey glasses. My God.
Oh yeah, Trading Places. Yeah, we should do. That'll be one of our Christmas watch. Maybe that'll be the Well, we could do two Christmas comedy watch-alongs because we should do the ref.
Christmas comedies. Yeah.
We should do the ref.
The Ref is my favorite Christmas movie. Yeah.
And then, of course, we got to do the Christmas horror movies. And see, maybe they'll come out. I mean, last year they came out with what the hell was it? What was that one that we really liked?
Maybe I should get rid of the background. Maybe that's okay.
What was the name of the Christmas horror movie we did a watch along last year we really liked? It was the Robot Santa.
The robot one, right? The robot one, right?
Drawing a blank on it right now. Somebody will help me in the chat, but I thought it was really good. I enjoyed it.
We watched it on Shudder. It was fun.
It was a Shudder movie, yeah.
I remember just hurting towards the end. I was getting tired.
Yeah, Donna Michi, you see them in a lot of stuff, and you forget it because she's so used to seeing them older. Oh yeah, we gotta do yeah, definitely.
Oh boy, yes.
Go ahead, boy, come on, shake your wee wee.
Well, I gotta find this. I was thinking about watching Popcorn again because we were talking about that not too long ago.
I love Third Rock. Such a good show. And this is almost to the end of
Bloody Christmas, Pat.
Christmas, Bloody Christmas. Thank you. I'm surprised I remember that. It's like Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. Christmas, Bloody Christmas.
Bloody Sabbath. Yeah. That's a great album, though, besides the song.
Oh, yeah. I was a big, one of my, I went through all different guitar phases, and I went through a deep Tony Iommi phase, and I love Black Sabbath.
Boy. The
Big
self-titled album, Volume 4. I love Volume 4 a lot, too.
Yeah. Big Sabbath fan.
Yeah, I was happy I got to see them when they all came back together for one of those first Ozfests.
Yeah, I saw them, I think, on two Ozfests, and I saw them twice just on their own. Actually, two times at the hell was it? The Brandon Byrne Arena. Or actually, I think it was the Continental Arena at the time, but same building. I don't know. I think what the hell is it called now? I don't even know.
Would you be impressed if any of the characters in this episode were still alive? This story.
Maybe the kids when they turn into kids,
yeah.
they'd probably be my age. I would be actually maybe. Well, see if this was 83. Say they were like 10 years old. Yeah, they're probably around my age. The kids.
This is wild. There was something I was going to ask you, Pat, last night on our show. If you watched the trailer for the Blumhouse time travel horror movie, did you see the preview for that?
I saw the advertisement, but I didn't see the trailer yet. Does it look decent?
Oh yeah, I think it looks great.
Is that the one that's on? It's on Shudder?
No, it's going to be on Prime probably.
Was Amazon? I knew it was on a streaming thing. I knew it wasn't in the theater. I just didn't remember where. Saw the trailer for what was it? The Bike Riders about the Chicago Ellers in 1965. I didn't see that one.
Yes, I have.
Oh, here we go. Next episode. Helen Foley. So we get to see little Anthony Fremont, who is the evil boy. Well, this actually was weird because this actually sort of has a happy ending.
Yeah, it does. It's different.
Definitely ends better than the way the original version of this was, because there was no happy ending in it. He was still controlling everything, and he was still the man in charge. And the original boy in the original version of this was Billy Mummy from Lost in Space.
Is it weird how they don't, when they go to a different story, they don't like acknowledge it with a title or anything? I guess they didn't really do that. Well, Creepshow they kind of do with the comic stuff, but.
And the mother in the original version of this, I think it was Cloris Leachman. I think she was the original the mother in it. And if you watch the Twilight Zone reboot in the 80s, they did an updated version of it where the kid that was in the original that was evil like this. The version they did in the 80s, he was grown and had a young daughter, and the daughter was now the evil one. There's Dick Miller.
Yep, he's in everything, Joe Dante. Gremlins, the Burbs.
Chopping Mall.
Oh, too bad. Yeah, Chopping Mall.
Candy Striped Nurses. That one off weird movie I watched the one day, and I'm like, oh my god, Dick Miller's in this too.
Love him in Terminator, though. He's just got the one scene in the gun shop before Arnold kills him.
Yeah, that's right.
I close early today. So he says, we closed early today because he like bought almost the whole store.
Oh, and actually in this scene, the guy that stood up in the background, that's the original boy. Yeah, that's Billy Mummy. That's the original. That was he did a cameo. He was one of the kid. The guy. He was actually the guy who was trying to stop the other guy from going after the little kid. He's the actual original Anthony Fremont from the original Twilight Zone version. Yeah, I love me some Dio Sabbath. I even like Born Again. I love it with Ian Gillan. Let's see what else is going on in chat.
Oh,
yeah, right. A full movie with the two paramedics in this. Well, it's not necessarily the paramedics. It's actually it's just Dan Aykroyd at the. I guess at the end of it, there's Dan Aykroyd and the other paramedic.
Yeah.
But a whole movie of just him and Albert Brooks would have been funny.
What did somebody send me a text about? I got to watch the trailer. I wanted to see if anybody. Let's see here. Something called The Jester. Did anybody watch the trailer for The Jester? I've been told to watch the trailer.
I laugh every time I see the kid get hit by the car.
Damn tires all bent up now.
That's it, man. That Volkswagen.
Look at that hair in the early 80s. My God.
And the weird thing is, if you look at this house, every time I watch this, I could swear I've seen this house someplace else. Look at all the abandoned cars around. She's not even paying attention to it. See all the cars?
Huh.
Because people come in and they just don't come out. All you get to do is watch cartoons, which I'd be fine with. So I was watching too Saturday morning cartoons the other day. I was watching Bugs Bunny, Woody Woodpecker, Elmer Fudd. I was watching Yosemite Sam. Cruising with Al Pacino.
Oh, I haven't seen Cruising. I can't say I've seen that one. I remember seeing the cover.
I have to check it out. I know of it, but I've not seen it.
So, Pat, this movie that people are telling me to watch this trailer for, The Jester, I guess it's a new killer that a lot of people think that is going to be the next thing, right after now Art. It's going to be our next killer. We'll see how that goes.
And what's it called?
The Jester.
It's not another clown, is it?
I'm going to look up the synopsis on
I'm thinking Court Jester, you know.
The Jester terrorizes the inhabitants of a small town on Halloween night, including two estranged sisters who must come together to find a way to defeat this evil entity. I guess that's not the most common synopsis.
Yeah. And actually, the dad here is what's his name?
The cover of that guy. That looks kind of crazy.
It almost looks like the black phone mask.
Yeah.
And the dad in this is William Shallard. What the hell was he on? Was the was it Father's? It was either Father Knows Best.
Oh, Kevin McCarthy. This is another Joe Dante.
Wasn't Patty Duke? Was it? I don't remember. Russell, you might remember. Help me. What's that?
The guy with the sweater on, right?
Yeah, William Shallard. It's either Father Knows Best or Patty Duke.
I believe he's in Teachers. He's the principal in Teachers. Do you remember that movie?
He's been in a lot of stuff, but the classic TV shows I remember. It's going to bother me now. No, it wasn't Father Knows Best. That's not him. So it's not that. Let me see. Was it?
He's on the Patty Duke show.
That's it. I'm like, that's what I said. I'm like, it's either Patty Duke or Father Knows Best. I was getting confused. Yeah, he was Patty Duke's father.
Joe Dante, all these guys, he's in Inner Space too. And same with McCarthy. They're both in Inner Space. That's another Joe Dante film.
That's a great movie. I love Inner Space.
That's another movie that didn't do well, but it's a good movie.
Yeah, that's a fun movie.
That brought together Meg Ryan and Dennis Quaid, that film, if I recall.
Yeah. Check chat, Ryan. Bigger Priest fan than Sabbath, but they've got a hell of a catalog. That opening to Black Sabbath still sends chills on my spine. It's like they tap. Go listen to Nativity in Black. It was the Sabbath tribute band. It was a Sabbath tribute album, and go listen to the Typo Negative version of the original Black Sabbath song, Black Sabbath. It would come on like random in my car, on my truck back in the day. I had one of those 6-disc players.
Nativity in Black is the tribute album, right?
Yep. And if you put all the discs in there, I had like a 12-disc changer, and you put it on like shuffle, and I'd be like driving at night and dark, and that Nativity in Black, when the Black Sabbath song came on, the Typo Negative version, man, I'd be like this driving, like looking over my shoulder because it was so fucking creepy.
Well, Megadeth did Paranoid. That's what I remember on that.
Yeah. Yeah, Peter Steele, man. Loved Peter Steele.
Pete Steele, pronounced dead how many times until he finally died, right?
Until he finally died. Yeah, I told the story right up here. He used to live up here, not far from me. And Priest, I'm a diehard Priest fan. That was my first concert I ever went to. Judas Priest, Madison Square Garden, Defenders of the Faith tour. Back in
I forgot Corrosion of Conformity did a song.
83. It was 83. That was my first concert.
Bruce Dickinson did Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. Children of the Grave by White Zombie. Yeah. War Pigs was live by Faith No More.
I'll be interested to see someone like Spielberg or James Cameron go back and try to finish the Vic Morrow sketch as it was meant. Man, I think everybody just doesn't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, Typo Negative, I think they opened up for Pantera, or God, when 95 when I was in 8th grade. That's when I saw Typo Negative. Gotta think back. Lost track of all that shit.
Yeah, she's cute as hell, but she's got that 80s hair.
You're damn right.
Do you? I saw Bill's got a t-shirt of the demonic rabbit from this. He wears it every Easter. That's awesome.
This is a bizarre episode. This story.
But this is it's like the original one, but it's also, if you watch the original one, the original one is a little bit more he's much more not nice, put it that way. The original.
Lurch, you like King Diamond a lot. That's Bill and I. We talked about Abigail for quite a while when he was on.
King Diamond. Merciful Fate. It's one guy I never had a chance to see live. Always evaded me.
Is he still even doing anything, or is he pretty much up there in age?
No, he was touring a couple of years ago. He was, and I thought Eddie Trunk just said something about him maybe starting up again. It's been a few years, but he was out there a few years ago. Yeah, but it was. I thought it was 84. I can't remember. 84 at Madison Square Garden with who opened up? Great White opened up. And the story goes, actually, you can go look this up too. That show at the Garden got them banned from Madison Square Garden for life because everybody started ripping the cushions out of the seats, and Bob Halford's telling everybody to throw them on stage. So, and that's my first concert. So I thought you did this at every show. I'm like, wow, you get to do this at every show. You rip the fucking chair apart. And they were banned. It was a $10 or $20,000 damage fees they had that Priest had to pay, and banned for life. And that was the shit. My first concert. Oh, big time. Love them. Sticky Checks Mix at 2 a.m. Holy Diver, man. What a great album. I remember getting that album, just that cover art, man. And then seeing the follow-up Last in Line and seeing the video Last in Line where they had the working, moving creature in the video. See what I'm looking. Ryan says King Diamonds, the Eyes, a close second to Defenders. The guitar work by Andy beat, but oh yeah, incredible guitar players.
Look at these people. Oh my god.
Yeah, this was one I never understood. I mean, I know kids do wacky shit, but peanut butter on hamburgers.
Yeah. I love peanut butter, but just not there.
Yeah, not on a burger, not on meat. I mean, I'm a big fan of peanut butter. I could probably put it on probably close to anything, but any type of beef,
Like,
poultry, or fish.
You give me those pretzel-filled nuggets with peanut butter.
Oh, those are my
eat the whole
favorite.
tin. Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, we just passed them the other day when we were shopping for camp and picked them up. My wife's like, "Oh, there's your favorite." And those peanut butter nuggets, man, I love those things.
we should probably pick some up to bring on the bus.
Yeah, we should. We'll grab that. We'll have some drinks, some of those. Have a flask.
I've been drinking these sparkling caffeine ice water thingies. They're interesting. I don't know.
There he is. Uncle Walt's going to do the trick with the rabbit. Colin, my first concert was Def Leppard in '87. Second was Kiss. Yeah, I saw the Crazy Nights tour. Yeah, I saw that at the Burn Arena. And I saw Def Leppard. When did I see Def Leppard? I saw them in the Round. The Hysteria tour. That's when I saw them.
Isn't Hysteria 87 or is that 88?
I don't even remember. I'm bad with that. But
Pyromania?
I saw the Hysteria tour in the Round, first row. And who opened up? Queensryche opened up.
When did the drummer lose his arm? Was it when they were already together?
Oh, yeah. It was after the Pyromania tour.
That's one of my favorite Funko Pops because it just looks pretty funny.
They have a Funko Pop of him with no arm? Oh,
it.
God, that's crazy. I never knew that. Travis, the grossest thing I do with peanut butter is on a tortilla with spinach.
What the fuck?
No wonder you're talking about shitting all the time. Damn.
Like Billy Bob Thornton says at Bad Santa, you're not going to shit right for a week.
Russell, I was also a punker in my teen. Oh, yeah. I went through my punk rock phase in the probably my junior high and through high school. I saw Sex Pistols when they got back together in what the hell was it? The Filthy Lucre tour. It was their reunion tour. I had just been dating my wife, so what was that 96? So at Roseland in New York City. And they were awesome. So the Sex Pistols. I'm going to see the Damned in October. Looking forward to that. Seen them plenty of times. But big punk rock fan. Took my son to see the Dead Kennedys a couple of years ago. Up here it is. There's the evil rabbit.
I got to see Queens of the Stone Age again. I always like seeing them.
Uncle Walt just shit himself. And any creature, anything in the original one, he would always they would say "wish it away," and he'd wish away it into the cornfield. This is where the sister's going to get it. Help us, Anthony is a monster. Let's see what's going on in chat. Years before, just checking out chat.
that thing looks hilarious, though.
At least don't get your dog to eat the peanut butter off your, you know what? I know. Who was that? Who talked about that? I forget who.
Did somebody say that on our?
I forget where I heard somebody. I forget where. Yeah, that's one band I haven't seen. I would like to have seen. And actually, no, now with Otis Orungus gone, never got a chance to see Guar.
Oh, you've seen him, Colin? Yeah, I've seen him a handful of times. That's somebody I've seen most recently a few times. The drummer just looks like he could destroy anybody. He's so ripped.
Well, I'm going to see the only shows I think I got lined up. Me and the wife are going to see Brother Kane in November, and because they're doing a reunion tour, and The Damned, and then I'm just looking at right. I think it's the week after The Damned in the same place, the same theater as Ace Frehley, so I might go see that. This goes reminded me of Tina Yothers from Family Ties.
What's your timestamp at?
Timestamp 1 hour 6 minutes and 8 seconds. He's about to wish Ethel into cartoon land. Yep, she's on the TV now. How awesome is that? Run, Ethel!
Yeah, it's a good story, this one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very loosely based on the original. A lot of the aspects of the original.
It's got Joe Dante written all over it, though.
Yeah. Ethel's gonna get swallowed up. There she goes. That's all, Ethel. Bye, Bart Simpson. That's right. You were born in Germany, Russell? Wow. Halloween, Rammstein. Yeah, my son's a big Rammstein fan. Halloween, I remember from my '80s days. Halloween,
Halloween? Oh, yeah.
Halloween. Yeah, and the effects in this are like so '80s too. The
Oh,
special
yeah.
effects. When Yosemite Sam comes out, not Yosemite Sam,
Tasmanian
Tasmanian
Devil.
Devil.
Blah, 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 blah.
He's got the big tongue. He's like, see if I can find it just in time. Come on, Tasmanian. The big tongue hanging.
These characters are something out. Oh, God.
Well, this was PG. This is rated PG, so really wasn't anything too crazy in it.
Very garbage-esque, right? Garbage
Garbage Pail, yeah. Look at that. We're fans of some Halloween. Look at that. Who would have thought that would have a bunch of fans of Halloween in the chat? That's awesome.
I just know of the band. I don't know really any of the hits.
I wish it all away. I wish I could
Now,
do
I
that.
might be silly. This kid become an actor older? Do I just not know who he is?
I don't know. He looks familiar, like he might have done something else. No, nothing. Because I have it up on whatchamacallit.
You have the IMDb.
There, there's nothing. Well, there's nothing on Wikipedia. Let me see. Jeremy Licht. But the name sounds familiar, though. I don't understand why. Maybe on IMDb. Copy. Let's see if there's something else.
So I've watched that Arnold, the rest of that Arnold documentary on Netflix because the Sly one's coming out November 3rd on Netflix. So got to be prepared.
So, oh yeah, he's been in some other things. Actually, wow, he's a year older than me.
He's older than you, Pat. Damn it.
Yeah, I love it when people are older than me.
Makes you feel better, doesn't it?
It sure does. See, got known for Valerie, the Twilight Zone movie, Seat 23B. Been married to Kimberly Wallace. I don't know who that is. Trying to see the movies he was in.
Want to see something really scary?
Oh, he was in Swamp Thing TV series. He was in
Oh shit!
yeah, looks like a lot of TV shows. Oh, he was at Hotel, one episode. A lot of TV shows that probably didn't really seem to go anywhere. Oh, Valerie is a Valerie Harper TV show. There you go. But one thing I did forget. Where was I? Just let me bring it back up. I forgot in this the sister Sarah. That he didn't have the mouth and everything. That's Sherry Curry, that the lead singer of the Runaways. Let's see, Jeremy Lipton, Dick Miller, Bill Mummy. Yeah. All right. When this episode is this segment is pretty much just about over. Then, and we're gonna get to the big show.
The big show.
You'll see some John Lithgow. Nightmare at 20,000 Feet remake. Hey, Matt, what's up? Happy
Matt!
Michael Myers Monday.
Hey, how are you?
We'll be off and we'll be hanging with you when we're done
Yeah,
here.
we'll be hanging with you. Yeah. Good to see you, Matt. Look forward to meeting you in person.
Yeah. 1 week from today, I'll be out in California. I mean, I don't
Even
think
though
I'll
I
be able to
probably,
as early as
I
May.
did see you at age 40. I just didn't know you.
Yeah. 80s metal is Ryan's stuff. Yeah, me too. I grew up in the 80s. I was a metalhead too. The good old days.
Yeah, so they didn't want to tackle another movie, I guess. They did not do well enough that I'm going to look up the box office. I was kind of curious about that.
I watched my
Maybe
brand
it
new
was because
Blu-ray.
of what happened, right, though? Probably.
I didn't see that. I have to check that out. Oh, I love Dead Alive. Dead Alive, great movie.
Wait a minute, who's talking Dead Alive? That's my type of vocabulary.
Lurch.
Lurch.
And for those
Dead Alive
times you're
and
going to
Bad Taste are two of my faves.
jumping in, segment 4 is just starting right now. The remake Nightmare of 20,000 Feet with John Lithgow. Timestamp we're at is 1 hour, 14 minutes, and 32 seconds.
Yeah, I love Bad Taste and Dead Alive.
Yeah, we'll definitely be over. We're going to be chatting, looking forward to talking some H45. Yeah. We got to, now that you got that, he's got that chat going in the Legion of Halloween. that we all got to do our meeting. We have to do our Michael Myers portrait.
Yeah,
The portrait.
our HDN MMM group, right?
Yeah.
However we can
Get our giant portrait going.
now. So the budget was about 10 million. It still made about 30 million worldwide.
This? Yeah, I don't remember doing bad. You know what? I think honestly, the sad thing is it probably picked up a lot on the tragedy and people wanted to go see the film.
Yeah.
Not that it's a bad film, but I do think it would have done well, but I think people were more intrigued to see it because of what happened.
See,
unfortunately.
When it comes to the tragedies, this is actually Halloween related. When I think I told you this, Pat, a little bit. When I met Dwight Little at age 40, I talked to him about Brandon Lee, and we talked about, do you think The Crow still would have been a big movie when it was, even though with the tragedy? And he's like, yeah, I think it would be. And I'm like, yeah, probably would have been. It still had a decent story and kind of good look to it. It probably the popularity got even bigger because of the tragedy, probably, right?
Unfortunately, I think a lot of movies do. And you could argue ones where people won Oscars, like Heath Ledger. Would have done well if he was still alive? Absolutely. I think it still would have done just as well if he was still alive. But you also have to factor that in, which is unfortunately morbid, that when people have like a defining film role and it's right around and they pass away before it comes out, it's just like, when, like, say, a musician dies, and all of a sudden their catalog goes through the roof because people run out and buy it for some reason because they get nostalgia for it. Like right now, I can guarantee Jimmy Buffett, all his shit's probably going through the roof because he just died because people probably ran out and bought it.
Yeah.
It for some reason that tends to happen, and I never understood that.
It happens a big time with the wrestlers too.
Yeah, you get nostalgic all of a sudden.
When Terry Funk died, it was like his shit was like everywhere, and then it's gone.
Yeah, it tends to happen because I guess people maybe they're blindsided, and you always don't. You kind of think that person that just passed is always going to be there, and then it blindsides you, and then you get nostalgia for it, and you go out and probably get it if you don't have it.
Yeah, Heath Ledger with the Joker, that's a good one too. It's like,
yeah. So I think tragedy around a film definitely helps. Because I'm trying to think of a tragedy around a film that sucked. That you can arguably say probably did a little bit better or didn't even do well because it sucked. I'm trying to think. That's a good question. If you had to dig deep into a movie.
Probably because it took so long to film because Stanley Kubrick is just he's like a perfectionist, so he took multiple takes. Like he finished Eyes Wide Shut, but he died pretty much right when it was coming out or right after it was done or maybe post-production.
Yeah.
That's a director though, so I guess it's a little bit different. But.
Yeah, but it's not just any director. He was iconic. He was an iconic director. So you lose somebody like that. And that got a lot of hate though. Eyes Wide Shut. I thought it was
it's different.
It's different. I don't love it, but I also don't hate it. And there's Donna Dixon, there's Miss Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to think. There's got to be some other tragic. Well, the Poltergeist. The Poltergeist. Obviously, Heather O'Rourke passed away at such a young age with her sickness,
and I don't think that helped Poltergeist 3 at all.
No, that didn't. That's probably a good one. They didn't get to finish that exactly the way they wanted.
Yeah. So I don't think that's true. That didn't help it because it didn't do well. Travis says, I remember seeing Bohemian Rhapsody and people were treating it like Freddie Mercury just barely died, which is, it brought up a lot of emotion. I mean, you also got to remember, Bohemian Rhapsody was a big song back in the 70s, and Queen was huge. I mean, I remember when they did the soundtrack for Flash Gordon, and Flash Gordon was, it was just the biggest thing.
Well, Pat, you and I are different in age group, obviously. How that song got big to me was from Wayne's World, obviously.
That's what I was just about to say. It went through the roof again because of Wayne's World. it really, I mean, it was a big song. I'm not gonna lie. It was like you hear it on classic radio and all that stuff, but it just blew up. I mean, blew up. For those that
Yeah.
remember the not Beavis and Butthead, Wayne's World movie when it came out, it just absolutely blew that song up.
I love Ed O'Neill in that movie too, working at Stan Mikita's.
Certain songs do that. Look at "Don't Stop Believing" because it was at the end of The Sopranos. It went to #1 again because of that.
That was a big song here in 2005 when the White Sox won the World Series. That was their World Series song. So that was played a lot around that time. That's when right around the time The Sopranos ended, I think, too.
Yeah. And did you ever watch the original Nightmare 20,000 Feet with Shatner?
Yes.
Did you ever see the gremlin that's on it's like a guy in a big like dog looking suit, like a weird suit. It looks weird. This one is actually this is
strange.
good. This is like terrifying looking. This creature looks like something straight off like a cover of Iron Maiden, like hanging out with Eddie. And with timestamp, we're at actually 1 hour 21 minutes. We have exactly 20 minutes left.
Yep.
This creature looks like it could be like on Number of the Beast. When I see Jack Nicholson as the Joker, I see the actor and the same for Joaquin as the Joker.
I don't know.
When I see Heath Ledger, I see the Joker. Yeah, because Jack Nicholson was more almost like comedy. Joaquin's was dark, and Heath was dark but just evil. I saw him too, green and slimy.
Oh my god.
Drama, everything all right?
Yeah, just trying to prep up the boy from after his day. So
Maybe one night, have to figure a night that we can all chat, and we'll get everything ready for the last podcast before the big event.
yeah, he was asking me, and I told him actually it might work out well. He's his game next Saturday is at 8 a.m. Central. He's like, "Are you gonna be able to see it?" I'm like, my wife's like, "I'll put it on FaceTime." I'm like, "That's 6 o'clock California time." I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I'll make it work. I'll watch it."
We'll just have to stay up all night.
Well, we're gonna get in line early anyway, so I'm like, "Oh, how's my phone?" So.
Yeah, I know. That's why we got to remember. We want to party, but we have to be careful. We want to make sure we get our asses up.
I look at it this way, Pat. It's just going to be 2 days of it hardcore.
Yeah, I've done it. Been there, done it.
And you know what, too? By the time there's going to be a little bit of a break before the VIP party thing or the party or the after hours thing on Saturday. I think that might be some time to get some little bit of rest. You see what time that goes until? It goes until like midnight.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be late. And there's as the pilot, the co-pilot, what's his name? Was in Beverly Hills Cop. Remember? Hey man, I'm on parole. I don't want to get pinched.
Yep, that's right.
And he was also, like I said, if any of you Kiss fans out there, he was also one of the guys that played the Hood, one of the Hoods, in Kiss Meets the Phantom movie. I think his name was Chopper. Chopper, get to the chopper.
John Lithgow. It's like I can't think of him being in anything that he wasn't good in.
Yeah,
maybe some movies were bad,
but he's always good.
I think Bill said it last night. We were talking about Harry and the Hendersons.
It's so good, Harry and the Hendersons.
But look at Third Rock, man. Third Rock. Oh.
Well, Blake was in the chat earlier too. Wasn't he him talking about him and Ronnie trying to do like a fan film, like a sequel to Harry and the Hendersons?
Oh, was Blake on when I was off temporarily?
He did pop in there for a minute. I thought he did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah, I was gonna message him, even though I don't want to bother him too much. It seems like things are going okay. So
Yeah, we should reach out to send an email to Ronnie and just say, so if you want to do something, this might be the week because we're not gonna be able to do anything next week. And I have to go back and watch that movie he suggested, which I can't remember the name of it. But it was so bad.
I think Blake has been trying to get on periodically. I noticed that he was on not too long, whatever they did just recently, or was that might have been taped stuff, maybe though.
It was taped, but it might have been recently. It was an episode with what's his name?
Look at that! That's so good.
Isn't that great? They did an episode. They did a review of Friday Part 6 with Vincent DeSanti.
Mm-hmm. Did I read this right? That Tigger's going to be in that next Winnie the Pooh sequel, the horror one. He's public domain now.
Oh God.
What's that on that old guy's shirt?
All right, I'll be in line early with you guys. Gonna have to take it easy on the dubs.
Well, that's the other thing too, Pat. We can always go in shifts. You get an hour, I'll stay here. You get an hour. Lurch, if you want in on that, sure, why not?
Well, the Intruder. Oh yeah, I remember that movie. Yeah. Yeah, that's why every time I saw him, I'm like, he could easily just be on a Maiden album. Russell's blazing one now. Blazing one now. Started at 1369 when he was in went to Woodstock. Had a boy. Yeah, him and that was the only the only redeeming thing about the Pet Sematary remake was him. He was good. Yeah.
Obviously being the Stallone lover, obviously I cliffhanger him as Coylin. Very good. He's a great villain. He's a good villain in a lot of the stuff he's done.
He really is.
And he's the one dad in Footloose, and he's a dick there.
He played both sides of the fence very well.
We were talking about Raising Cain too. Raising Cain's
that's a good film too. Timestamp 1 hour 27 minutes. Actually, 1 hour 28 minutes right now. Be exact.
God, let's go. My mom's age, 78.
13 minutes left. Is he? He's 78, huh?
Give him credit. He kisses Will Ferrell on the lips twice in that sequel, the Daddy's Home or whatever. Unbelievable.
Where it says, I'm down to help stand watching line. Yeah. We can all take turns, man, because that's it. It's it. I'm 51 years old, man. I just look at a bottle of water and I got to take a leak. Seriously, man. It just sucks. It's Russell, back me up. And of course, get older, it's supposed to happen, but man, once I hit 50, holy shit. I can tell you where every bathroom is on the whole route between me and work.
Forgot Lithgow was in The Accountant. That's one of the better Ben Affleck films. That's a good movie.
Oh yeah, that was good. You see the big fat Sky Marshal just got a feel Donna Dixon because she fell into his arms. He was feeling her up.
He plays Blake Edwards in The Life and Death of Peter Sellers, so that must have been like a cable movie, huh?
I never saw that. Really? Is that a made-for-TV movie?
Oh God, geez. Colin Hanks' dad in Orange County. I forgot about that. Orange County is a great, hilarious, good film. Yeah. Civil Action. I saw that once. Tuskegee Airmen saw that once. Well, he did an episode of Tales from the Crypt.
In the NPR radio adaptation of the Star Wars films, Lithgow plays Yoda. Really?
Oh, he's the villain in Ricochet. That's right, with the early Denzel Washington film. Yeah, damn. He's in Memphis Belle.
What's going on
Harry
with
and
the
Henderson.
internet? It's just crazy, man. Yeah, this is like a much more scarier version. It was the original version was definitely more tame.
No, I gotta go back and watch Travolta's Blowout. He's in that, huh?
Yeah. Well, I used to always had a big crush on Nancy Allen.
Yep. Yeah, I was thinking about her. What Colin brought up, Dress to Kill last night.
Dress to Kill, yeah, she was
Dress to Kill's a great De Palma film.
right. She was in Poltergeist 3.
You know, if Colin, you're still out there, I'd assume you like other De Palma films. I think one of his underrated ones is Body Double. You ever seen Body Double? With
Oh, I love Body Double.
Yeah, you seen that, Pat? Yeah, with
Melanie
Nightmare
Griffith?
Priest, Craig Watson. Where the hell did that guy go? He was a good
Yeah.
actor. I know of him in 2 movies. That's them. Melanie Griffith.
Yeah,
Oh,
the Driller Killer. Remember, it was the big Indian guy with the big drill.
Greg Henry. Yep.
What a
It was
great
his
movie,
friend
man.
all along. Remember? It was his.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Now I'm spoiling. Sorry.
Yep. Sorry. Spoiler alert.
I'm not. God. My apologies if anybody. You can still see it. Sorry. Just go see it and watch it.
It's still worth watching. And I haven't seen that in a long time. I got to go revisit it. And can't remember the last time I watched it.
Yeah. I think I showed you when I met Greg Henry. He signed it. He got a great signature. Love him in that Mel Gibson's Payback. Good film.
Look at that thing hop.
Obsession too. Yeah, Colin. Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's so hot in that. Yeah.
You know, I didn't watch the documentary on De Palma. I heard it's just okay. I wish he would do one more thing.
Yeah, the 70s show is one of my favorites. I used to watch the Wonder Years, but that 70s show, love that show. That was like my youth.
I swear this is like a combination of like Poltergeist and the frickin' Predator with that hair on that thing.
Yeah. Remember next week when we're flying, don't look on that wing. We'll be flying at the galley. Don't see if there's anything on the wing.
I'll be up so damn early. I'll sleep probably.
That's one thing I can't do. I can't sleep on a plane.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, because you don't travel that much. I know it's a little. I know you have been recently. At least I know you were in Alabama. And I know you're talking. You still going to Argentina?
I don't know. It's still waiting to hear. I just told him. I said, because it's being delayed because of material issues, and I'm like, well, better not be delayed to the holidays. Just it's not like I'm going to go down there around Thanksgiving or Christmas. That shit ain't happening.
Yeah, he's got a mustache in 48 Hours. The pilot, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Hey man, I'm on parole.
Yeah. Sit your country ass down.
Tax refund.
Oh, who didn't have a crush on Marsha Brady? She was loved her. I love the Brady Bunch movies where they made it seem like her and Greg were in love with each other. But that was actually the second one, not the first one. This is a soft spot for Mission to Mars, but I also love Snake Eyes. Now I want to see Raising Cain because Raising Cain's good. It's worth watching. Go check it out. You'll like it.
Snake Eyes I have to revisit. At first I remember not liking it, but Remember, he did the first Mission Impossible movie, I believe, right?
That's Zelda Rubinstein's voice. Yeah, you get queasy hearing it. Yeah, the remake of Maniac, I enjoyed it, but yeah, the original Joe Spinell is classic. I love Credence.
See, I forgot he did Carrie technically too, Brian De Palma.
Yeah, he did.
Well, it says he's got some stuff in development.
You want to see something really scary?
Oh, Jesus, how could I forget? It's a top 10 of all time for me, Carlito's Way. And Scarface. He's done some
Yeah.
big stuff, man.
It's science and superstition, and it lies between the pit of man's fears and the
Oh,
stomach
God. The
of his knowledge.
Untouchables. Oh, and if I ever asked you, Wise Guys, you see now Danny DeVito, Joe Piscopo, funny movie.
Oh, I love Wise Guys. Thank you, Mr. Roccavano.
Captain
Love
Lou
Wise
Albano.
Guys.
Oh,
Huh?
man.
Captain Lou Albano. He was Mr. Roccavano. Remember, they took his credit card and they were shopping.
Yep.
And they're like, "Thank you, Mr. Roccavano." No, thank you, Mr. Roccavano.
He bets on the wrong horse. Danny DeVito. Joe Piscopo. No!
And they were going to see DeVito's uncle down in Atlantic City, and no, he was dead. He's in the other room. Go ahead, you can go see him. And he's up on the mantle, dead. And what's his name? Ran the casino?
Harvey Keitel.
Harvey Keitel, yeah.
And Dan Hideo's the
He was
boss.
the big boss.
That's one of the few times he hit comedy, De Palma. But the Untouchables is awesome. De Niro put on all that
Great movie. Yeah. See what else is going on in the chat. Saw X. I admittedly, I'll probably watch Saw X, but I'll watch it when it streams.
I gotta watch the remake to Maniac, the Elijah Wood one. They're saying on the chat there. I never saw it. I'll have to check that out.
De Palma gave George Lucas the idea of the opening crawl in Star Wars. Really? Didn't know that. Oh, you think? I don't know. Maybe. The dad in the Brady Bunch movies was perfect. Yeah, he was from Office Space. What the hell was his name? Oh God, I'm drawing a blank on his name.
Yeah, Joe Spinell. Yeah, he was in Goodfellas, or not Goodfellas, Godfather, I thought too. And he was in one of those. Was he one of those Hammer films?
Gary Cole, that's his name. Gary Cole, the dad in the Brady Bunch movies from Office Space. Joe Spinell helped finance Stallone's Rocky. Yeah, it's true.
The Loan Shark, right?
Yeah. Wise Guys is bleeding funny, and so was Wise Guys is. We got to go back and watch that, man. I haven't watched that in a long time, and that movie is just the best.
Oh God, give me the tickets. He's looking at the tickets at the wrong freaking horse. Oh God, that is so funny.
That is Twilight Zone.
Yeah, Jeffrey Bannister. Yeah, damn.
Yeah, this movie had a lot of people in it. Which one do you think? Yeah. Really enjoyed that. Definitely enjoyed watching that again. Always enjoy it. No. Nothing yet.
Look out, man. I was happy to see some stuff getting posted today.
Kathleen Kinmont.
We're probably going to be buying tickets Sunday before we go.
What did they post today besides the Kathleen Kinmont and that Eyes Without a Face shirt, the Jason Edmiston shirt?
They did the Resurrection Kid, right? Officially, they did the stuntman in Ends that I took the picture of. Remember that nobody was going to see at Flashback?
Oh, right.
The one that played Corey in a couple scenes.
Yeah, The Warriors. That's one of my favorite. The Wanderer is a great movie too, but The Warrior One of my all-time favorites. It's responsible for me seeing Halloween. The Warriors. All right, cast. So we get to see all of these names in here. Anything that pops up that I don't remember was in there. Charming GI with Stephen Bishop. Yeah, Bill Quinn. That's it. I knew. I'm pretty sure Bill Quinn. His daughter's married to Bob Newhart, if I remember correctly.
Bob Newhart.
Yeah.
Buddy's adopted dad.
Lane Quinlan, William Shallett, Nancy Cartwright, Dick Miller, Sherry Curry. Yeah. Bill Mummy from the original. Let's see if there's anybody else on here that I wouldn't remember. Oh, a passenger on here is Carol Serling. I never realized that. I did not realize that.
Charming GI Stephen Bishop. That's not the singer, right?
I don't know. Because he appeared in
I'm gonna start singing songs from Tootsie.
you remember Kentucky Fried? Remember the movie Kentucky Fried Movie?
Fuck yeah, I do. Yeah.
Stephen Bishop is the one guy when he goes, "Show me your nuts," because she was thinking he's showing his balls, and he starts going, "Oh," just does all this funny stuff. That's Stephen Bishop, believe it or not. So I bet you that was him in this because he did make cameos in movies.
Look at Merv Griffin Productions, Atari.
Travis says, "How would you have felt had they narratively connected all 4 stories?" Let's see, how could they have done it?
They're so far apart, right?
Yeah, I don't know how they would have done it. I mean, because if you go back, the story with Anthony, the kid with the powers, the woman that's in it is from another episode. They intertwine those 2 episodes. There's the episode with It's a Good Life. It's called that's the name of the episode with the little boy. And there's another episode with the woman Helen Foley. I think I mentioned it last night. Who has she comes home and there's this little girl in her building, and it turns out the little girl is her as a child who's come back to warn her of a memory that she forgot, that she witnessed a murder. She actually witnessed was her father or her mother's murder, I forget. And she was going through therapy, and this guy came because he was afraid she was going to remember. And this little child came and warned her about it, and she killed him before he killed her. Yeah.
Pat, I'm pretty sure you're not the biggest tie-dye fan, right?
Tie-dye? Not really. Yeah, no.
Yeah, you're like, yeah.
I'm not a big tie-dye guy. Never was. 3 cheers for Twilight Zone the movie. Yes, absolutely. Great film from my youth, man. Love it. As someone who's had a colonoscopy, hearing GI always gives me anxiety. Well, actually, I'm having one the week after I get back from what do you call it? From H45. I'll be scared what they find in there.
Especially after. Oh.
Got to go prep, guys. Yeah, we'll see it. Matt, we'll be over there in
yep.
about 25 minutes. We'll be seeing you over on the channel.
My annual putting the kids to bed with my earpieces on.
Yeah, and you Halloween fans go right over there, man. Michael Myers Monday. I'm sure
Matt
will be there.
Matt puts on a real good thing every. It's not every Monday, but he's usually a couple times a month. So I would say on an average, right, Matt?
Yeah. Probably a few times. So you figure what on average 3 times a month, probably. Yeah. Usually on Monday night, so it's a lot of fun. Chatting Halloween stuff, all the new stuff. He has good insight on all the stuff that's coming out. Some great interviews. And just a good guy. Looking forward to meeting him in person and all the other guys that we see in the chat over there every week on our mic. And it makes Mondays not suck as much. This helps. And then when this is over, you got that to look forward to as well. So, that's Twilight Zone for this night. That is our watch along. And just remember, folks, this will be the last live watch along unless we sneak something in between now and next Monday. If somebody's got time, maybe we'll do a pop-up if the boys want to do something. But because next week is the end of next week is 8:45, so we're all going to be away. So, but we will be doing a podcast. It'll be the last podcast, and I'm sure we're going to be going live from H45.
Yeah, Colin, Bill, have a good night, guys. And
Yeah, go
Lurch,
get
we'll
some
see you a little
sleep.
bit.
Bill's got to
Russell,
get. Bill's got to get up the ass crack of dawn, so
Travis.
he's going to go to bed. Thanks for coming in, Travis. I know Colin. It's already the ass crack of dawn over there.
We appreciate this. It's a lot of fun. I
You
especially
guys
help
make it much
Pat
more
when
fun.
I jump off periodically.
Yeah, and Lurch, we'll see you over daily. Yeah, we'll see you over there shortly.
Okay.
Awesome. All right, guys. So actually, what I'll do is my quick shameless plugs for the channel. I have t-shirts coming, very limited amount. So this is if you guys are interested in the podcast t-shirts. Make sure you know we're live. It's going to be a little bit sketchy next week because we're going to be away, but just follow everything. Just we're on every social. That's all I do is post shit and keep everything updated on YouTube. So you can always find out where the hell we were. Or if you want to listen to our podcasts, not the watch alongs, but the weekly podcasts are streaming on all these podcast locations. Make sure you subscribe to the channel because it helps. You'll find everybody. This we dropped this morning, which we did with our good buddy Frank Riker from the TSL podcast, the Slaughter Lamb movie podcast. We did our top 5 movie snacks. And actually, I'm getting hungry right now. I might have to go have a snack. Latest convention updates from last week. I'm probably going to sneak another one in at the end of the week, depending on how much stuff comes out this week for you folks going to the H45 convention. And on Wednesday, you will be getting my Halloween 4 What If. They all love me with my Bucky helmet on.
Oh, God.
Looks like Danielle's getting ready to suck my thumb. I realized it after the fact. Suck this. So, and in the 2018 book club, I was talking to the boys. We realized we try to do this every other week to give everybody a chance to read 10 chapters or listen to them if you do the Audible version. And it would be landing Wednesday of next week, but I will be in California already, and these guys will be getting ready to go to California. So the book club is going to be 2 weeks from this Wednesday. So we'll do it the Wednesday we all get back. So yeah, that's going to be pushed further out. And if you're a collector, reach out to us if you want to come on. Cosplayer, you want to come on? Like, subscribe, all that happy horse shit. And let's just do one quick check in the chat. Yeah, sure. Make me feel even fatter. Now he's off to he's going to go to the gym. Have a good one, Travis.
Travis, have a good one.
Colin, yeah, it's always good, man, when you're in the chat. We appreciate it. Russell, have a great night. And we'll see everybody for the podcast on whatchamacallit. On Sunday night, we'll figure out what we're going to do. So let me get the outro up, and this way Brett and I can get off. We can go jump over and chat with Matt Arch from Halloween Daily News. So thanks for everybody stopping in and watching along with us, and hang out, Brett, and everybody. We'll talk to you soon.